Okay, day 3.
Oh, is it? Oh, so did we finish the thing up while I was not paying attention?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said if there was anything else you wanted to do with the party.
No, just networking. And by the way, I did point out to everyone to keep an eye out for shadows. No other context.
Yeah. What's nothing rolling? Nope. Oh.
It's pretty consistently good, actually.
So in the morning, I will message everyone, group message. And she'll say, yeah, I saw the shadow again last night. It was outside the party, and when I looked, it was gone.
Do you have any kind of recording or evidence of such a thing?
I tried to record it, but it didn't show up on camera.
Right.
Or at least, it was gone before I... Well, it was pretty fast.
What does they say? If one person acts nasty, they're an asshole. But if everyone acts nasty, you're an asshole. You might be the weird one here. You might be the strange one. You're the only one who's noticed it both times.
Yeah, both Sol and Thel are like, are you sure it wasn't the, and they both make the drinking
I had
hand thing.
I had 3 glasses.
They both nod. Mm-hmm. 3, eh?
And someone else's glass. But that was it.
3 glasses of vodka.
I think it was probably more like champagne or something. Because that's what was delivered, right?
I'm not even sure if I can get a hangover. I have a plus 13 to saves against alcohols. Holy shit.
Yeah, you're totally fine.
She drinks so little but has so much alcohol tolerance.
Do you think I should ask the Buzzblades if they've seen anything weird?
Definitely worth a try.
Are we gonna message them?
Yeah, I'll just drop them a message and say, how would I put this? You know what? Whatever. Red's not that sophisticated. She's just gonna say, "Hey, have you guys seen any ghosts?"
Subtle.
You don't get any message back from them.
They're probably all hungover and passed out.
Yep. I mean, they were partying pretty hard.
Yep.
They wake up to a very strange message.
I'm going to gather the others in the morning, and after breakfast, I'm going to drag them to wherever the quote unquote cinema is. I'm assuming there is one.
Yes.
And then I'm going to pick the horror movie option. And take them to see a horror movie.
Good choice. What is everyone else doing for the morning? Did you say you pulled everyone, or just...
If they wanted to come along.
To a horror movie?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the horror movie thing and go somewhere alone. Like to the UV pools again.
That's not horror.
It is if no one else comes.
So you're by yourself in this absolutely amazing UV pool, and you can see that the same silver-haired elf is actually tending to quite a few of the plants in here.
This is a point where I like pull down my sunglasses and mention ara. Is that how we do this?
No?
No, she's just chilling back there, having a nice morning. This is breakfast. This is breakfast. Basking in that sunlight. It's not sunlight, bitch.
How much money did I lose at the casino last night? Yep.
He didn't go to the casino last night.
You didn't?
No, he was otherwise engaged.
Ah. You do the walk of shame back to your room?
No, she does the walk of shame back to hers.
Yep, does the stride of pride.
You know what? It's not often I refrain myself from a dumb joke, but I did.
Please don't.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, Kev.
Yeah.
You're not spelling dumb jokes. Jeez.
No, it was a particularly bad dumb joke, so.
Doesn't that make it all better?
Aren't those the best ones?
Fuck, fine. I said, was your walk particularly cocky?
Wow.
Nice.
You see why I muted myself on that one? You guys asked for it.
You know, I enjoyed that.
Anyway, what is on the itinerary for day 3? How many days? I believe it was like 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
And the packages arrive on the sixth day. I swear I can say... Jesus Christ, I'm getting tongue-tied
Yes.
for no reason.
So day 3, it's about lunchtime now. And you guys are just relaxing in the resort, enjoying lots of the pleasantry.
At some point after the movie, I'm going to go find... I'm gonna go find Karter's ex.
Oh, yes?
Or at least attempt to. I walk around looking for her.
So
You could probably easily find her. She'll be in the market, the wandering market.
I walk up to her and I say, hello,
Oh, hi.
I'm ready. Holds out her hand to shake.
Yes, I know you're from the stage, and she'll shake your hand.
And she'll nod and she'll say, so how come you're interested in the tunnels? Red isn't subtle at all. She's as blunt as a sledgehammer.
Well, I'm a reporter,
Whoa.
and, you know, any dirt you can dig up, including through the tunnels, would make for an interesting story, don't you think?
Yeah, from what I hear, this is an old dwarven mining asteroid. I've actually been by here a few years ago, long before this place was built.
Oh, you have?
Well, I didn't stop here, but...
She pulls out like a little recording device. Do you mind?
No,
Now
go
you've
ahead.
gone and done it.
And she'll say, as far as I understand, back then, when we passed by here, it was part of a dwarven clan holding. I don't particularly recall any salient information about them. Not off the top of my... Nothing unusual, obviously. But, I wonder where they've gone now. Perhaps their representatives could tell you more about the tunnels.
It's a good idea. I'll make a note of that. You see her like typing furiously away.
Apart from that, I guess the only thing of particular unusual interest are those pirate prisoners in the brig.
Oh, the surviving pirate, I heard.
Yeah,
Did you get to talk to them?
I did, but they weren't particularly... Well, I won't say helpful because they have no reason to be helpful.
Oh, they are pirates.
Yeah. You know what? She has no guile and no filter, so she's just going to say it out loud. Doesn't seem like they cared about the Buzzblades. They just were in the wrong place at the wrong time. They got some beef against this place, though. Do you know why pirates would have an issue with a luxury resort?
Well, I mean, this is built in the Diaspora, which is their, quote-unquote home.
But the Diaspora is a pretty big place.
True, but, the pirates, anything they can get their hands on, right?
Yeah, well, I guess, to be fair to them, without the Pack World support, they kind of have to make do with whatever they can get their hands on. It's mostly just their methods that are objectionable.
I mean, fancy rich folk coming here, ripe for the picking.
I guess how that could rub someone the wrong way. Still, it doesn't excuse them firing on an unarmed space shuttle.
No, you're right there.
Well, if I do find myself in the tunnels, I'll let you know what's there.
Please, that would be great.
I'll make my leave after waving goodbye to her.
She'll give you her contact details.
I would like to roll a general sense motive. And the parameters for the sense motive is how do I feel like she's here for ulterior reasons? Like, she's obviously here running a report on the resort, but is there some element to like she's like doing some other kind of journalism or ulterior motives? Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
My sense motive is pretty bad anyway, so 8.
She seemed nice.
Red
She seemed
thinks
very nice.
everyone is nice.
No, but she seemed nice.
She'll say as she's leaving, you know what, Ms. I forgot her last name. Actually, I don't think we were given a last name.
She doesn't have a last name.
Yeah, so she'll just say, Miss Tessa, you're too good for Karter.
And thus, Kev just broke the Bechdel test.
What's that?
The Bechdel test is a film trope where if two women get together, they'll immediately start talking about men. Started off strong, he just broke it.
It's a parting comment, so it doesn't count.
So talking to brings you to late afternoon. What are you doing during the lunchtime, late afternoon, Geneieve?
Late afternoon. She probably left to sort of run around the green fields for a bit. She probably spends a lot of her time going between where she is now and the green field.
Relaxing and enjoying
lunging.
yourself.
Yeah, it's like lunging, then exercising and training, then lunging.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, like meal times. Yeah, come mealtime, she's in the pools in the UV room.
And that gets on to sort of evening, and then what do you guys sort of do? You join up for?
I think it's established routine that we eat dinner together as a crew. So we would
Nice.
meet up somewhere and I assume we don't go to like the same restaurant because that's not the point of a resort. Like it's different place every night. Unless one place is particularly good, in which case you might hit it a couple of times.
So after a lovely dinner together, you guys sort of go and do your evening activities, and then everyone sort of like settles down for the evening.
I asked Geneieve if she's acclimatized to the armor yet. If she's done anything with it.
I assume she's probably worn it. Like God knows it. The
I mean,
acclimatized properly, yes.
if the Buzzblades see her, they are very happy.
Well, they probably wouldn't necessarily know she's wearing.
Oh, true.
She's going to ask you if you've tested the jump jets yet and how they work.
Probably hasn't, no. Not yet. Do you have an interest in them?
I mostly just want to see how they work to see if I can build a better one.
I see. Where is this being asked? Like, where are we at the moment?
Probably like at the tail end of dinner inside one of the diners. So are you just gonna like jump jet in a freaking diner?
Oh no, of course not. She's just sitting around wearing a completely normal and innocuous dress.
I will bring up the conversation during dinner with Karter. And I'll say, I spoke to your ex.
Really?
She seemed nice.
What did you talk about?
Well, I was asking her about the tunnels. And she didn't say much.
Oh.
But, she seems to think that there's something interesting happening down there.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell you guys.
Reading between the lines, so you say.
Yes.
I don't know if I wanna. I mean, color me curious, but I don't really want to go do something that get us kicked out of here.
You have a point.
I look towards Geneieve and Yap to see if like they're inclined to lean the other way, or are they fine with the current situation as this anyway?
Jen shrugs a bit, but sort of gives a bit of a nod, like to agree with Red.
But I could, and I'm just saying could, I could put together something pretty rudimentary and send it to go poke around. And if it gets caught and destroyed, I'll just make sure it doesn't have any parts that trace back to me.
that could work.
So Pete, my plan is after dinner, I'm gonna go down to the tech room, and I'm gonna wait for I'm gonna just muddle around until it gets a bit of the guy goes on break or whatever, and I'm going to build a essentially a level 1 basic drone.
Okay.
Like out of that, basically using the same template as that Space Google drone, but it's simply a drone with a camera, like a crawler drone or something with a camera, and
Yep.
a video feed that broadcasts on like an open frequency, unencrypted open frequency. And then I am going to try and attempt to hack one of the ventilation duct fans, the ones that you say are spinning slowly, to momentarily halt it and send a drone into the ventilation ducts and pre-program it to explore the ventilation ducts and map it out and see if we can get into any sort of bigger tunnel structures. Engineering check.
And a stealth check.
Yeah, stealth check. 34 engineering and...
There's a sense motive. Ah, no.
I would like to re-roll that stealth check using Desna's luck.
Alright.
21.
It's pretty good. I mean, you successfully make this drone without anyone sort of seeing.
It's super basic. It's basically got like no AC and 1 hit point.
Yep.
And I pretty much have no control over it because it's on passive programming, and then I just watch its like open broadcast frequency and see where it goes.
So where are you wanting to send it to a specific location?
No, pretty much its commands is to map out the ventilation ducts, and try and find a tunnel that fits the description of a mining tunnel. So like earthen walls, unworked natural surfaces, etc.
So it goes off and it tries to find some stuff. It'll probably give you some reports back in the morning.
I'll just set Lucky on monitoring the frequency and have it record basically the feed until either the drone runs out of power or someone finds it and just dismantles it.
Alright. Anything else you guys want to do before bedtime?
Oh, I should have rolled a different roll. No, it's
So
fine.
you go to head to bed. It's been a great day. This whole experience has been really fantastic. But you're all lying in bed. It's either just too hot or too cold, and you're just having slightly a bit too much trouble to sleep. And you've all been tossing and turning for about 2 or 3 hours after you're sort of lying in. And I'm going to need everyone to make a will saving throw.
Are people saying things?
Yes, it'd make a will saving throw.
Because, like, my audio cut for, like, the last 30 seconds, I think.
Ah,
Can you still hear us?
I can now, but, like, I heard you're all lying in bed, you can't quite get to sleep, and then there was just silence.
He said everyone make will saves.
is it a check or a save?
It's a save, it just says check in the thing.
Wow, you guys are pretty high.
Except for Yap, who hasn't rolled yet. Although Bruni may have failed his will save to stay awake.
Yes, definitely high. 15.
I'm going to assume he's not awake.
Will save? Did you just jump in?
No, I'm just character sheet's a bit slow.
So on your character sheets, under the saving throws tab, there's a notes section.
Uh-huh.
If you rolled under a 22, I want you to put 1 in your saving throw notes. If you rolled over 22, I want you to put a 0 in the notes.
That's cryptic.
Radio.
Excellent.
I don't like this, Pete.
Don't like what?
What are you talking about? Everything is fine.
Uh-huh.
Everything is fine.
Is everything awesome?
Except for Karter.
The apotheosis is upon us.
Karter, you have a strange dream. The dream is you're walking through and it's a very nondescript city. It sort of blurs out of the edge. And as you're walking through the city, there's a door on one side, and you see a hand point and curl towards you, and out comes your ex-wife. She's sort of half leaning in the door, and she's waving you in. What do you do?
I go in, I guess. Curious.
So she sort of beckons you in, and she can see that you are in her bedroom.
Should rest of us disconnect with us? Do you need some time?
Probably. This is going to be R45. Even I'm not allowed to listen to this.
If it's R45, I can't even listen to it.
And you need to make me another saving throw.
Another will save.
Another will saving throw.
Well,
Immediately. What was that?
It was nice knowing Karter.
Immediately, something feels off about the stream, and it's weird. The face starts to blur, and you can't see the face of the person who is sort of beckoning you, and it looked like your ex-wife, but it wasn't. And the sort of it starts turning into some sort of like weird, disgusting, rotting corpse, and that's when you wake up straight away.
I would like to pat my body and check if I have my weapons on me.
You do not.
Is there anything around that I could use as an impromptu weapon?
You could go get your weapon out of your locker in your room.
I will go and get my sidearm from
Yep.
my room. I'd like to return to my ex-wife's room. Is there still a rotting corpse?
Your ex-wife's room is on the other side of the hotel.
Well, I'd return to the room that I was in before.
So it was a dream that you woke up out of. Started off all nice, and then
Got weird.
got weird very quickly. Ready?
Yes, sir.
You're in your room, and you're falling asleep. And as you're finally getting some rest, you swear out of the corner of your eye that Shadow is in your room for a split fraction of a second.
She jolts awake. And she looks at Lucky to see if Lucky saw anything.
As when you wake up, the lights are all off in your room, so there couldn't have been a shadow there.
Hmm. I am going to leave Lucky's. I'm going to activate Lucky's camera and like biometric sensors and stuff. Basically, just sound and audio recording and other types of information. And I really doesn't typically do this because Lucky's storage isn't infinite.
Yeah.
But she's going to do it for tonight and just wipe it in the morning if nothing interesting is recorded. She's going to leave them on full recording mode and go back to sleep. And check the footage in the morning to see if there's any anomalies.
The rest of you managed to go to sleep eventually, having a quiet night's sleep after a bit of a struggle. And then that's what end the session tonight.
So it'll be day 4?
Yes. Geneieve has further evidence that everything is fine and everyone else is not.
If this continues to happen... so, by the way, Pete, the sensors include things like olfactory gas detector, and she's ruling out causes for the hallucinations, because at this point, being the fact that she was asleep, semi-asleep, and basically dreamt it, she realizes that this is all in her head, although not necessarily doesn't... It's not just because it's in her head doesn't mean it doesn't have external causes, obviously. So she's ruling things out one by one. And And as Kev, I pretty much already know what's the triggering mechanism because it's meta-wise it's that obvious. But
What is it?
I don't think Red would have figured it out yet.
What do you think the triggering mechanism is?
I'll whisper it to you.
Well, I want to know. I didn't work it out.
It's not.
What did he say?
I'll leave it up to Red.
I don't think it's as fun if I just blurt it out.
Well, it's wrong, so like...
I don't trust you, Pete. I swear it is, because that's the only common denominator.
Maybe it just happens at convenient narrative moments.
It's just too, what's it called? What's that narrative device where, like, Chekhov's gun?
Right.
It's more like gaslighting.
What is it, Kev?
It's the key, obviously.
Eh.
It's that obvious. It's...
I mean, that's obviously weird and it's going to play part of it, but like, I don't see how that triggers the shadows in particular. I don't see it being relevant to that.
Look, we are required to constantly carry it with us.
But what's that got to do with shadows?
I'm just saying that, like...
It does seem a bit weird.
I mean, the keys are the virtual concierge. You don't have to carry it around with you.
Yeah, but they're basically reading our thoughts, so like, I've already come to the conclusion out of character that that's weird as fuck.
I mean, technically, Carter's key has been sitting inside his room on the ship since before the party.
The ship?
Yeah, he went and put the key on the ship.
Why would you go back to the ship just to put the key on the ship?
Because his thought process was if he put it in his room, he couldn't get into the room.
What? You can't get anywhere without it.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure you can't pay for meals, you can't...
Yeah, it literally is like a credit card.
All your interactions with the facility, financial-wise and otherwise, directions and booking appointments and reservations are through the key. So you, like, wouldn't be able to do anything here without the key.
I'll key you guys in on a bit of information. Huh. On most cruise ships and things like that, you can't actually take like your credit card around. You have to take like the cruise ship credit card, which charges your room, and it's like the modern day version of this key. So like if you're on a cruise ship, you don't pay for any of your drinks with cash. You pay with them with the ship key, which like lets you into certain areas and things like that. Mostly because they don't want employees like handling money and things like that, where it just charges your room instead. It also makes guests spend more because they don't like see how like their balance is going down or anything like that.
Yeah.
They get charged at the end of the...
There's an illusion of
Yeah.
free cash, free spending.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have an obvious bank, I'm pretty sure a cruise ship still allows you to pull up your current balance. It's just you have to go through the steps to do so, and not everyone does.
Yes. It is difficult.
It's not a simple thing. You have to like make an effort.
Yeah, I went on a cruise and it was weird like that.
I'm not a fan of horror, but I am curious to see where this goes.
I hope the paranoia is setting in for everybody.
Geneieve isn't she isn't convinced this is a horror setting.
Really doesn't think so either. She just thinks that like there's some weird shit going on. But hey, whatever. Diaspora is a weird place.
Karter's been paranoid the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like Karter lives in horror.
Cause
Karter's life paranoia.
Carter's life is horror.
Oh,
Like you would be horrified too if your life gave you the circumstance of losing multiple limbs and an eye.
His ex-wife didn't take his arm. It's just heavily implied that she might have taken his eye, or contributed to him losing an eye. He lost his arm to an SRO.
anyway, team. Good night. Thanks for playing in a second game this week. It was a lot of fun.
Cheers for running, Pete.
And we'll see you all Monday.
Bye bye.
See ya.